everybody, welcome back to Titan Watch, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 tight ends in the fantasy football season for 2025, and we're going to be going from number 10 to number 1. So without further ado, let's get started. First at number 10, I'm going to get lambasted for this one, I already know it, but I have Travis Kelce, and the only reason he is this low is because he is getting older and it's starting to show, and Patrick Mahomes is learning to play with more than just Travis Kelce. He is spreading the ball out significantly. And I still have him on here, though, because it is still Kelce, so you always have to give him the benefit of the doubt for sure. All right, so anyway, let's move on to number 9, Colston Loveland. This is a very controversial, but with his frame and abilities, I think he'll be a huge target for a potentially much more comfortable Caleb Williams, who is going to be sitting behind a much more comfortable O-line this year. So they're going to give him more time, more poise, and I think that Colston Loveland is going to be a great target for him, especially when matched up against slower and shorter linebackers. At number 8, we have Sam Laporta. Fantastic rookie season, had a sophomore slump, but I think this season he will be utilized a lot more effectively. Like I said, it was a sophomore slump. He had a struggling year last year, but I think that they're going to utilize him more, especially understanding that they have to be able to spread the ball out more than just throwing it to Amon-Ra St. Brown every single time. At number 7, I have Mark Andrews / Isaiah Likely. And the reason I say that is I think that Mark Andrews actually could be overtaken by Isaiah Likely this season. I would say he's still a solid pick and a reliable target for Jackson, but I think that with his injuries and with his struggles from last year and likely successes last year, I think that Likely is actually going to start to become the more primo tight end at Baltimore this year. At number 6, I have Tyler Warren. Now this has a caveat to it. It depends on whether Richardson or Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback, on whether Warren will be more effective or not. I think he will still be good either way, but I actually think he will be more effective with Daniel Jones at quarterback. And that is because Jones loves to do the check down and throw short to his tight ends all the time. And he is the check down guy. And if he would bode well with Jones because of that, and due to him constantly checking down and throwing underneath routes, which is where Warren thrives, as soon as Warren gets the ball, he is a turn up the field and make a play kind of guy. So Daniel Jones being effective at throwing down and more than likely throwing the underneath ball bodes well better for Warren to be able to make more plays. Now Richardson still has that threat to run, which could open up Warren more, but it just really depends. At number 5, we have George Kittle. And I'm just going to say it's Georgie, my guy, and he's always going to ball. All right. At number 4, I have a little bit of a controversial pick, but Evan Ingram. Playing with a better system and a potentially better quarterback who will utilize the tight end position, Ingram sits to have another breakout season after being rather quiet last season. And I think that Ingram actually will bode better in the system he's in now than he did last year. I think he got overshadowed by the fact that Trevor Lawrence was constantly hurt and they were constantly trying to I don't know what you want to say, figure out the offense as best as they could, but I think that he's going to fit much better now, and I think that he's going to be able to get the ball, he's going to be able to get the ball a lot more now than he did previously. That just is my personal opinion, but I think that's what's going to happen. All right, at number 3, we have T.J. Hockenson. So most fitting first-year starting quarterbacks actually look to their solid tight ends as their check down or possession guy to give them confidence. And with Hawk, that could easily happen for McCarthy because McCarthy, it's going to be his first full season to start. So I think that he'll actually look to Hockenson and Jefferson a lot this year as those are going to be their trustworthy guys. Jefferson because of his skill and ability, Hockenson because he's a big tight end and he can actually get open and he's a great possession guy. At number 2, we have Trey McBride. Climbing the ranks and becoming an unsung hero for the Cardinals last year, McBride honestly looks to produce just as efficiently and heavily this season, if not even more. Last year, he dominated on the fantasy side of the aspect without very many touchdowns at all. Look for him to have significantly more touchdowns this year, even adding more value than what he already had last year with his receptions and his yards. At number 1, this is no surprise to anybody but Brock Bowers. He has a much more viable quarterback to throw to him, and he was already the number one in his rookie season, so this is simply a no-brainer. He is one of those gold standard quarterbacks, or tight ends, I mean, and with Geno Smith being a much more efficient quarterback than Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, I think that Brock Bowers is going to get a lot more looks this year, even than he did last year, and just absolutely bode well, much better than he did last season.